The Indian FTR1200, street bike, off-roader, or cruiser.
Sounds fantastic.
Questions we hope to be able to answer today. A couple of things before we head out is you've got two models. First of all, you've got the standard version, which I'm stood behind at the moment, and then you've got the S model. The main difference really between the two is the S model has got a touchscreen display and fully adjustable rear suspension. There are a couple of other differences, but really between the two there's a great specification. So there is a third model and potentially next year a fourth model. So at the moment really the model up from this is really just like a elite version, which comes with a slightly different specification in terms of paint and a couple of extras. But I believe the version that they're launching next year is going to have some performance improvements as well. Anyway, basically at the moment is you've got a situation where the standard version comes in at around £12,000, whereas the S version comes in at about £13,000. So not a great price difference, but I believe the difference really comes in with the suspension, which I think makes a big difference, especially if you're going to use it in a few different areas. So anyway, enough about all of that. Let's get out there and go and ride these bikes.
Wow, the bike does feel good. From the outset, what you feel is good torque, acceleration is great. The suspension, the bike is assured. I'm a really big guy, and this really is handling and feeling very, very comfortable. You know, when you get on this bike, you just feel like you want to give it a bit of rally.
Well, the FTR1200, the V-twin engine is absolutely unbelievable on this. The way it delivers its power is incredible.
Really great all-round bike, something to have a bit of fun on, something I could commute on. Didn't matter, I could get out in all weathers. Don't mind if I hit a bit of dirt on the road, but equally it had to give me some confidence because I'm quite short, so you know I wanted something like not too big for me to handle, but still felt like a good solid big bike underneath me.
Today has been riding the bike on the road and then seeing the versatility that we could ride the bike off-road. So today we've given it a good test on-road, off-road. We've done some country riding and some coastal roads. So for me the FTR's tick the box for all styles of riding.
For me, the best feature is the power modes, the ability to switch between going from a wet ride where you can have it tame, or you can have everything off where you can absolutely rip and use all the power.
Well, I absolutely loved it. There seems to be a lot of question over whether it's a road bike, a tourer bike, an off-road bike. As far as I'm concerned, it's an absolute hooligan of a bike.
Wow guys, let's get the emotional bits out of the way. What a fantastic ride. I cannot say enough about how much I really enjoyed that. It was absolutely exhilarating. From the beginning to end, that was fantastic. And I'll tell you what, various little bits and pieces about this bike. Starting at the front, fantastic brakes. I'll tell you what, the stopping power on this is fantastic. Really evenly poised. If you're going at speed, it slows you down nicely. There's no heavy braking. It doesn't give you any kind of insecurity. Then over to the suspension. Obviously this is the S version. It's got front and rear adjustable suspension. It's been set up for me. Obviously, I'm a big guy. You know, I'm not the smallest of guys. Weighing in, it's what do you call it? It's 27 stone, around 175 kilos or 400 in the old money. So really, guys, absolutely fantastic for me. The other bit is that the riding position, I expected this to be a little small and low for me, but actually the height on this is fantastic for me. I know that you know, not everybody's in the same height, but I think there's a sort of a variation, but you know, most people will be able to fit on this because the suspension can be adjusted. I really felt that the bike was secure under cornering and all of that. It really made the difference. Then the riding position, it really lends itself to a variety of riding experiences from beginning to end. So first of all, when you get on the bike, you feel a little perched, almost like a racehorse looking to set off. And this is what the bike really does very, very well. The next thing that happens is when you're sitting and you're holding onto the handlebars, you really get the feel of it that you're actually sitting nicely and sturdy on the bike. So you get a really comfortable ride while still getting the feel of, you know, getting off and setting off and really having a fun ride. It's fantastic. The other thing that I want to say is as well, even though this is a fairly standard exhaust, it really sounds absolutely brilliant. You know, riding down the road, you really get a sense of the styling on this bike, the sound of the bike. You are one with the environment. It really makes a fantastic difference. And I tell you what, I can't recommend this bike enough.
FTR!
Indians new FTR1200 has raised a few questions.
Walking home late at night, maybe 2:30. A little drunk, but I'm alright, 'cause I've been hanging with you, and it feels like love.
Indian
Tell me if I'm wrong,
Indians
'cause
new
it feels like
FTR1200 has raised a few
love.
questions that we hope to answer today.
Yeah, it feels like love.
Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Wow, guys. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed riding this bike. I'll tell you what, we've been out for a little bit of a ride. You know, honestly, So guys, I brought the hotties out today, got some FDRs here. I know you guys are not looking at the bikes, but anyway, let's go and ride some.
Blooper reel.
Okay, alright, so, okay.
Recording.
Right.
Well, I absolutely love it. There seems to be a lot of conjecture over whether or not it's a touring bike, off-road bike, on-road bike. Well,
Feels like love.
Start the game, that's gonna drown out. Just, you
Don't know
know,
what you do, but you make me feel fine.
Still recording today.
And you can't deny we are not just killing time.
Well, the FTR.
okay.
A little crazy for you now, baby. I'm a little crazy for you now. A little crazy